Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Rachel from With My Hands and Heart, and today I am making an emerald soap. Now, I didn't actually plan on doing the gemstone collection. It kind of came to me a couple weeks ago. And I mean, I obviously didn't think of it myself. Everyone has done a gemstone soap, but it started with one I haven't seen very often, which is a ruby colored gemstone, like ruby red. I made that, and then my daughter suggested the blue, and I was like, oh, I could do that. So I just did like a blue and a simple striped, and was like, I like that too. And I just finished an emerald, which was suggested by a Facebook group. Now I'm trying to decide what the last one's gonna be, and after actually I haven't taken my pictures, the ones that are going to go on my Etsy, but I took like the, fresh cut pictures. I'm looking at them and I'm going, oh my gosh, I actually used 3 different techniques to do these soaps. So I wanted to stick with like that sort of theme and see if I can get whatever I decide on for my last one. I want to use a different technique. I'm just not sure what yet, so my camera does tend to lose focus every once in a while. I try to tap it to get it to come back. There it goes. But otherwise, it's not a bad video. This was about 2.5 hours of work to get this soap to set up and everything. I used a blend of Nature's Garden fragrances. I mixed sunflower with Love Spell and added just a smidgen of crisp apple rose. Adding those 3 together. And I created it, so I figured I would name it Love Potion number 9. It's kind of a floral, citrusy with a hint of fruit. The apple and the rose, and it's just really pretty. And actually it behaved perfectly. It's set up just in the right amount of time for me to plop it in there and get it in, and I'm feeling a little more confident in the florals because I used to actually be like afraid of them. I just used like the fruits and the simple things, and I'm getting like a little more experimental in like mixing fragrances together, and I'm liking the outcome, although I have learned the hard way not to mix too many essential oils together, because sometimes those mix up and they just like set up or they start to rice. I believe last time I used clove essential oil, it riced, and I was not real happy about that. But yeah, I pretty much just kind of tilted it different directions. I didn't really write this out. I kind of just like drew that I was going to plop it in and add like gold and black, and I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, but it actually ended up looking exactly as I planned. My biggest inspiration was a painting that someone had done. I don't own the copyrights to it, so I'm not going to like post it on here, but it was like a big painting, and it was like up close, like someone had magnetized almost. Like, I believe they were tumbled gemstones or tumbled emeralds. And yeah, because they were smooth, they were real smooth looking. And it had like black and gold in there, and I was like, this is perfect. And I'm not an expert in gemstones, although I am reading into them a bit because I kind of find rocks to be fun. I still to this day, like if I see a rock I like, I'll pick it up and bring it with me. But yeah, I believe it turned out really cool. I was worried about the colors because they kind of got all like yucky looking. And then I forgot that that's what happens with those greens, is they darken up quite a bit while they're in the soap, so you don't really know like how to judge them. And I think I was at the, let's see, I think I went to bed about 1 o'clock in the morning from starting the soap, and I woke up at 7, probably checked it maybe an hour later, so around 8 o'clock or so it was just a smidgen too soft. So then I tried back at like 9:30, and then I was able to unmold it and cut it, so I was pretty excited. Wait until you see it. It's so pretty. And it smells amazing. Like, I wasn't sure if it was going to blend right or anything like that, but it really does. Like, it's perfect. And I'm wondering if it's even going to, like, get stronger or morph a little bit and a little something a little different, because it's a good one. So the goal for this layer was to get it as ploppy as possible, because, well, as thick as possible, so I could plop it on. I should say as ploppy as possible. But I managed to get it in there. I managed to get it to, like, kind of make like a peak, because I wanted to kind of rub the colors in a little. The mica lines I kept adding were golden black throughout the whole thing. And I couldn't decide where I wanted to place like a crevice. I was kind of hoping to have like a crevice that would like open up, and it didn't do exactly as I wanted, but I figured that if I made it any wider, I wouldn't be able to get the big gemstones on the sides. So I kept it not too wide and just kind of filled it in. I didn't use as much of the light green as I had planned, but I think it looked better without too much of the light green on there anyways. See, it looks kind of like grass when you initially mix it together, but when you cut it, it brightens up. Almost as if you added like white to it and while you were letting it sit. But this was a lot of fun to make. I wasn't stressing out. I was just kind of going with the flow, and I had a lot of little embeds and some leftovers. I'm contemplating just adding all my leftovers to like one soap of like all the gemstones, and just kind of consider it like a rainbow geode gemstone, because I've done a rainbow geode soap before. I believe I have a few left in my shop as well, and I just think that they're so cool looking. Obviously not realistic, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited to cut this. My daughter is stimming on me cutting the soap. She tried to touch it. I said no. Seriously, couldn't be happier with the way it looked. I didn't know if it was going to turn out just right. The melt and pour I added was a little bit more gold than I wanted, but it ended up looking okay because the gold mica lines really just kind of blended in there with it. And it did flatten out because it is melt and pour. Melt and pour the top of wherever you pour it, it gets smushed down, so I think it did really awesome. I'm excited. I can't believe that I made this soap. I kept looking at it on my stove like, look at that. It smells so good. And I kind of gave up on finding reusable gloves that I can wear because everyone that I find so far is made out of latex. So sadly, I am ending up using the throwaway ones. My dog kept pacing, telling me that she had to go out, so I had to let her out. Oh no, guess not. Maybe I'm trying to get her attention. She is deaf and almost blind. I'm back. But yeah. So yeah, this soap turned out awesome. They are large bars. They are about 6 ounces a piece. So they're big ones. I'm thinking of offering like the set. Like if they buy all 4, get a little bit of a discount type of thing. I think that would be fun. Look at that top. And just kind of sprinkled a little bit of gold on top. And it's perfect. It's everything I wanted. And I'm wearing gloves because I have a cut on my hand. So I have to wear my gloves. I mean, if your hands aren't cut and they're perfectly clean, nails are clean, everything's all clean and sanitary, I prefer to not cut with the gloves on because I can feel if I'm squishing the soap and I have a better grip. But since I have a cut on my hand, I'm wearing gloves. I actually got my hands beat up this weekend. But yeah, so exciting. I haven't decided what my last one's going to be. If you have any suggestions, let me know, or maybe you'll see it in a future video. Who knows, it could be what you wanted. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you, every single one of you. Oh, and I bumped over my soaps. Feel free to subscribe. Bye.